Hey guys! So I went on my bike ride. It's 11:11. The energy was just really calling me out here. So that's what I'm doing. I just really feel like a strong message for the collective today. Because I don't know. I really feel like I've been through a lot of my big life lessons, even though I'm only 26. I'm sure there's plenty ahead of me. However, this was I don't know, like an energy calling message, just like how I kind of energetically got called out here to go to the river. The message that I got from Spirit is go where your energy calls you. I don't know, no matter what in life, even if what you end up doing becomes a mistake, or it feels like a mistake at least, because a lot of that's just emotion in it and feelings. Nothing in life is really a mistake. Everything happens in life for a karmic reason, a karmic lesson, or a blessing even. So whether that be a lesson or a blessing, go for it. Because you're never gonna know unless you try, right? So, I mean, this really was the base of my point. Out here, I don't know, maybe it's just the energy. I was being called to ground myself, although I feel pretty grounded from Monday. I had a good little, I guess, spiritual rejuvenation, I should say, on Monday. And yeah, so it's just, I don't know, I got called out here to find something, or maybe it was just to deliver this message. I'm not really quite sure, but I don't know, something in the back of my mind just kept saying river, 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 so that's where I'm here. So, and I actually got a conversation with somebody earlier, and just so happens, circumstance, I recognized him from a YouTube video from somebody I watch, and I had him as a friend on Facebook. Hopefully he watches this video and sees this. He'll know who I'm talking about. Anyway, so, I had a conversation with him about, how he wanted to run for office and everything, and, but he messaged me, he told me I have, baggage, and I was like, well, what exactly do you mean, fear or something? And he was honest. He told me up front, some stuff happened in his past, might hold him back, and then he's going through, a divorce, so, there's obviously, there's emotions kind of holding him back. There's, I want to say fear. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say fear, because that's what it is. A lot of people, all of us, not a lot of people, all of us humans, we do this thing where we tend to make excuses. I say excuses, it's a really strong word. So I don't mean this in a negative way. I'm not trying to talk down to him or talk down to anybody who makes excuses, because that's just human, it's just nature. You don't want to address the fears that you have, or the energy that's holding you down where you are. So you tend to say, other things. Oh, well, this is happening, that happened, I got a lot of stuff going on. So I want to let you know that is fear, holding you back, whether you put a label on it or not. We mistakenly put labels on everything, and that's where we kind of mess up in society. Personally, I have learned a lot about my own excuses, because I've made excuses my whole life. I eventually got out of my, my hermit bubble, I like to call it, my energy bubble that I keep myself surrounded in, So I'm, you know, constantly protected from negative energies and it's not even just negative energies, it could be positive energies that I'm protecting myself from because I don't know, and I got that fear vibe going on, even though I don't want to call it fear. I call it something else, like, oh, I feel comfortable where I am, or whatever. But energetically, like right now, I'm being called to the river, I'm being called to water. I know that more than anything because it's Age of Aquarius, and I've spiritually, on the 3D level and the 5D level, I've been getting lots of messages guiding me to like a warmer place, and at the same time I feel like I'm supposed to be here for some reason. Personally, I'm still trying to figure that part out. The point is, you know, energetically, when you're being called somewhere, like, figure it out, but don't stress about it either. Like, I say this all the time, like, you know, figure things out, but, you know, don't make it so much of a priority that it's like something that you worry about, because that's not the point of life. Life is about just being where you are, who you are, when you are, if that makes sense. Sorry, the sun's kind of going down. Actually, let's look at that really quick. Hopefully we'll get a nice little clip of the sunset later. But yeah, it's really beautiful out here right now. There's not too many people riding their bike because it's not necessarily chilly, but it's definitely getting closer to fall weather out here in the desert. We don't really experience fall. It just kind of skips over to winter, and then back to summer, and then back to winter. All in the same month, by the way. So, like, energetically, I get called to different places. I used to walk around a lot when I was young. I would walk around under the stars and just kind of think about things and process life and process some of my traumas and process just everything in the world, honestly. And not even just traumas, just thinking, because I'm a very thoughtful person. If you know me in real life, I'm a pretty quiet person, pretty quiet individual for the most part, just because I'm more of an observer. I try to be more of an observer than anything, than somebody who, you know, puts judgment out there or tries to tell anybody what to do, because personally I don't like being told what to do. I don't know anybody that really does like to be told what to do. I don't think it's in our human nature to be told what to do, because, well, then again, we're going through this 2020 stuff. We won't talk about it in this video, but so, like, people, I honestly believe that people don't like being told what to do. So when you come off as a judgmental person, you come off trying to tell somebody, you know, you should work on this or work on that or whatever, it really doesn't come off as advice. It comes off more of a, well, I've done it, so can you type of vibe. And people don't really vibe with that. It just doesn't click for people. So my thing is, when you're trying to help somebody else out, when you're trying to help yourself out, you know, don't force yourself. Don't tell yourself what to do. Don't tell others what to do. Just go with the flow, go with the vibe. Go and do what your energy calls you to do. Don't dwell on it, though, and don't make it like a stressful priority. But go for the things that your body, or not even your body, your energy calls you to, because your body is physical, your energy is metaphysical, or, yeah, I could say that. I'm trying to think of the right word. But, you should know what I mean. Like, you know, you're not gonna know until you try, so just try. Do that mistake. If, you know, if it fails, if your business fails, then, you know, write down, you know, where you went wrong, what happened. If your relationship doesn't go right, things start to fall apart, you know, don't sit there and try to pick up all the pieces and fix things. Just, you know, take a step back. Take a step back, breathe, practice your pranayama, and just, you know, live in the moment. Live wherever you're being called to. because that's where you're going to find happiness. That's where you're going to find peace. That's where you're going to find your learning experiences. Because I say this all the time, like, Earth is a school ground. We don't ever stop learning here. We just don't. And I've been, personally, I've been having a lot of really cool lucid dreams about being at a school, and it's always a dark place. It's always a dark school. So that's what Earth is. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful place to be, right? So I walk closer to the river. It's a gorgeous place to be in, and you know, some places are filled with trash. Some places are filled with, you know, not so nice people. That's from other people's toxic energy. That's from other people putting a negative energy out there. And you don't, like, this is something, like, we're surrounded by energy vampires. I'm gonna ramble a little bit for the rest of this video. But, you know, the world is surrounded by energy vampires. They're everywhere. Whether it be I'm trying to see if that's a stone. No, it's just a piece of glass. Whether it be a person draining your energy from, like, a relationship, one of your kids, you know, draining your energy. I know that sounds a little off, but, you know, I'm talking about, like, grown-ass people that need to get their own shit together and learn their own life lessons. And then, even, like, places could be very energetically draining, and they're just kind of designed that way. I feel like big cities, more so than anything. Let's look at this river really quick. You know, and I don't necessarily live in a giant city, but I've always kind of looked down at this place, and that energy is just, personally, it's gone away. I just don't see, I think, honestly, from moving from here to Portland, a giant city that had the same exact issues, the same exact vibe, but with different people, different type of people, and different type of energy, but still the same vibe, if that makes sense. Look at the swans. I believe those are swans. I can't tell from here. Maybe they're not. I don't think those are, actually. I can't tell. Oh. Beautiful. But, like, it doesn't matter where you are in life. You can travel the road for, like, as long as you possibly can, but, you know, energetically, a lot of the time you're gonna get the same thing, because energetically, that's all inside. None of it's outside. This outside world is really just a giant illusion of peace and tranquility, or darkness and horror. But it's all about your perception in life and what you choose to see. I think that's my biggest life lesson for anybody watching this video. No matter where you are in life, go where your energy calls you. Make those challenges, take those challenges. And be you at the end of the day. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, who you are, what you should be, what you can and cannot be, because they didn't give you this life. You know, pardon my French, but God gave you this life. God consciousness, God, Jesus, whatever you believe in. Whoever your faith, your God relies in, whatever it dwells in, that's you. You were given that peace, not anybody else. I mean, they were given their peace, but they chose not to take it, right? So don't let anybody take that peace from you. It's really, I guess that's really all I have to say. It's probably why I came out here, to ground myself and call that energy in, to tell you guys, because I think 11/11, a lot of people are going to realize is going to be a big turning point for a lot of people in their life, their blessings, what they choose to see from now on, and where they choose to go. 11/11 is a good turning point for everyone, the whole collective. And you know, at this point in life, remember that everything's purging. Purging isn't a bad thing, it really isn't. It's looking at your own reflection, looking at your shadow's reflection, looking at yourself on the inside, and taking those pieces apart to learn more about them. So, you know, take this message however you want. Take this peace more than anything, because that's what I wanted to give you. Some peace. Not necessarily advice, but recommendations. I don't like the word advice. I'm starting to get really turned off from that word. Because people just want to give you advice. They want to give you these choices, like there's only a few options out there, but there's infinite possibilities. There always are. No matter how limited you feel, there's a vast amount of energy out there, and that's why there's so many energy vampires just ready to take it. So don't let anybody take that from you. Bring your garlic, bring your repellent, bring your energy bubble when you need it. Don't surround yourself in that energy bubble 24/7 for protection, but, you know, don't let anybody take your peace. Don't let anybody decide for you. And just enjoy. And remember, there wouldn't be life without death. There wouldn't be death without life. Take that as you want. But love and light all. Hope this message treats you well.